So I just got this laptop in the studio, and at first glance, it seemed like a regular 14-inch laptop, ASUS, like slim, clean, nothing flashy. And you probably have walked next to it in the store, and you think, yeah, well, it's another laptop. But then you notice two things. Number one is running Intel's brand new Core Ultra X9 388H, part of the Panther Lake 300 series, and that's Intel's latest architectures, and it's a big deal, to be honest. But number two is, well, this keyboard come off, and it's a two-screen. You got two OLED touchscreen stacked like a mini dual setup, and when you use it, it really changed the way you work completely. So let's break down the CPU, because Panther Lake is built on Intel 18A processor node, which is basically about 1.8 nanometers, more cores, faster clocks, and better graphics, and even a dedicated AI accelerator. So all in a single chip that doesn't overheat whatsoever. And this architecture gems matter because it changed the whole laptop experience. You can multitask, well, as I said, across two OLED screens. You can watch YouTube, type long documents, Excels, and it still performs like incredible. And you still got left over for all the AI tools and some casual gaming as well on this thing. Now, numbers are one thing because benchmark shows strong results, to be honest. So single core Cinebench hits 116, the MacBook M1 Ultra hits 113. Multi-core, this one hits 963, and Geekbench also got incredible results in single core and multi-core. Some video editing, Photoshop, Lightroom, or even DaVinci Resolve works super incredible on this laptop. And you can also have like one screen just to monitor your footage, for example, in DaVinci Resolve, the other one for, well, have your projects or your folders, your bins. So everything just feels responsive without any hiccups. And even when the CPU is running at maximum, it does hit 91 degrees Celsius, but it keeps going without slowing down. And the combination of performance cores and efficiency cores means you can run demanding apps on one screen, while the second screen can handle like reference material or Discord chat or Slack or anything. And everything just stays fluid. And this balance is what makes this laptop feels like a serious productivity machine, not just a fast benchmark number. But when we talk about efficiency, we talk about battery. They go hand in hand, and this is where Intel's 18A process really helps. So ASUS is claiming up to 15 hours, but that's under a very controlled scenario. So that was 1080p playback at very low brightness. Now I decided to run a simple script that I just made in PowerShell. Basically, it opens YouTube videos every 10 minutes. Then in between, it opens notepads and write 1,000 words. Open a couple of folders, start scrolling about some different like sections of Engadgets and The Verge. And everything just happens in the background. Just leave it, and everything is being logged in. Brightness was 50%, volume was 50%, Wi-Fi was on, and maybe most important, both screens was 144 Hz. And I've done this test twice on single screen and twice on two screens. And the results are honestly surprisingly, because the average on single screen lasted 8 hours and 40 minutes. That is honestly brilliant. It's not the 15 hours. And dual monitor lasted about 7 hours. So again, it's not a full 15 hours. But remember, this is two 3K OLED screen at 144 Hz. So really demanding. Panther Lake kept things efficiency enough that even with heavy multitasking, you can get a full working day. And that's the reality. You get 7 hours with two screens, 8 hours with a single screen, and doing, well, it was a middle demanding, opening YouTube videos and multitasking and scrolling websites. Everything was running all right. Everything was smoothly, and I tried to replicate something that you will do in everyday use. Just be here watching YouTube, scrolling around, moving stuff around, and it kind of worked. It kind of shows the reality of, well, what this laptop is all capable of. And yeah, if you lower the refresh rate to maybe 60 hertz and the brightness well, closer to 150 nits, and the numbers probably climb a little bit further. So this efficiency and the realistic workload is what make this laptop usable without worrying whatsoever about charging it. Let's talk about gaming, because this thing honestly games. It does got a integrated graphics card, have come along a very long way. Intel's Arc now support Xe Super Sampling 3.0. So this AI powered upscaling takes low resolution frames and make them look sharper while improving the performance. And I tried Forza Horizon 5 on high settings. Average FPS was 63 and the temperature stayed in the mid to high 60s. So smooth, playable and enjoyable. Yes, I did have a warning saying that this graphics card is not supported by the game, but it still runs perfectly. I think I've run Cyberpunk 2077. That is one of the fewer games that fully supports XeSS 3.0. So medium settings, XeSS enable, and the laptop average around 90 frames. Surprisingly, that was plugged in on battery, it performed exactly the same. So that shows you that Panther Lake efficiency works perfect on battery, full power. It is great with the new Arc graphics card. Everything all in the same chip. It feels like usable real gaming even without the power adapter. So outside the CPU and the graphics, everything else works pretty well, to be honest. Like the keyboard is detachable, got some magnets, it docks to the lower screen. It got some pogo pins that they pop up when the keyboard actually get a bit closer, and you can use it wireless via Bluetooth, and it's no flex whatsoever. It's actually quite good. Got a battery inside, but also you can just charge it with the pogo pins once you dock it back down. And ports are simple but solid. You get two USB-C Thunderbolt port, one on each side. You get one HDMI 2.1 and also a USB Type-A 3.2 Gen 2. And while carrying it around, this is a solid 1.6 kilograms. Now, about the internals, because I really wanted to see the internals. ASUS clearly advised me not to open the laptop, and I do get why. I try to peek inside to check, well, the cooling, how user-friendly it is. I do like to tinker every now and then. However, the second screen is mounted in a subframe, and when I try to pry it open, everything just flex, and I felt safety not removing it. So this part is reminding a mystery. But you can access the back of the laptop, this door down here, with two little tiny T5 screws, and behind that you got upgradable storage. So my model comes with 1 terabyte M.2. Just remember you need to reinstall Windows, so maybe you need to copy it from one to the other, and you only got one single slot. And for memory, this model here have 32 gigabytes LPDDR5X. It's also a 16 gigabytes variant. For what I can tell, it's mostly like solder to the board. So upgrading RAM later probably is not an option. So everything feels well thought out, like premium, usable, and you still got some upgradability options for the storage. So it's actually quite nice to see. But we couldn't leave this video without talking about, well, this is a dual screen laptop. So this is a 14-inch 3K OLED, touchscreen enable, and support for stylus input. They both are incredible. They are super high-end panels. So the displays are around 2880 by 1800 resolution with a 16 by 10 aspect ratio, and it have a 0.2 millisecond response time at 144 Hz refresh rate, so making interaction feel instantly and smooth. Now, brightness is surprise as well. This is 500 nits of typical brightness and 1000 nits of HDR peak brightness with a 1,000,000 to 1 contrast ratio and VESA certificate true black 1000. So giving you like real blacks and color accuracy. This thing for editing is honestly top notch. 100% DCI P3 color coverage, over 1 billion colors, Pantone validated, and it reduced 70% of harmful blue light, so your eyes stay comfortable. And it's a glossy finish, so you can see all my lights over there. But this is a 93% screen to body ratio. But the price, well, £1,699. It's not cheap, it's not perfect, but honestly, like as I mentioned already, heavy multitasker creators, people that love dual screen, well, this is one of the most interesting laptops that Intel, ASUS, and anyone have put out there in years. And that's what really matter here. So yeah, don't forget to like this video, just tell all your friends about the Zenbook Duo and why. Just let it in the comment section below, like why you think this is the perfect laptop overall. Just let it in the comments down below. Yeah, I'm Tech, guys. Thanks for watching. I will see you on the next one. Adios.